House Chairperson, Honorable President Ramaphosa, and honorable members. The excitement, hope, and great expectation that filled this House on Friday night during the State of the Nation address reminded me of the days when the late former President Nelson Mandela was with us in the House. Thank you, Mr. President, for giving hope to the people of South Africa. House Chairperson, after making a befitting tribute to Madiba, the President made a commitment to ethical behavior and ethical leadership. The absence of these two critical essentials in the previous administrations are among the foundational causes of the capturing of the state of our country. Even though it was encouraging to hear the President promise that the tide of corruption in our public institutions will be turned, I wondered whether he will have sufficient support to succeed, because corruption has now become a culture in some of our government departments and institutions. Corruption has become so endemic that trustworthy officials and police officers have become fewer and fewer by the day. The ACDP calls on President Ramaphosa to show his intention to urgently root up corruption by starting with his cabinet. On Wednesday, the ACDP wants to see a new Minister of Finance giving the budget speech. We want to see captured ministers and deputy ministers who are entangled in a web of corruption investigated and arrested as soon as possible. Justice must be seen to be done, and done without fear or favor. The President also promised to address concerns about political instability and to ensure that there was political certainty, policy certainty, and consistency. This, we believe, is crucial to ensure economic growth. While the ACDP believes that government must have a just and fair land redistribution program, we are convinced that the expropriation of land without compensation will create policy uncertainty and will potentially hinder the expected flow of new investors into our country. We believe that government ignored the warnings a few years ago when there were signs that we would run out of water in Cape Town, and that obviously was totally unacceptable. But what is even more devastating is to hear that both national and Western Cape provincial governments have refused help from internationally acclaimed Israeli water technicians to prevent water shortages. I know that movements such as the BDS and other anti-Israel organizations are urging government to boycott Israel because of the apartheid lie. Surely it is irresponsible for government to refuse help from experts that will benefit all our people, particularly the poor and vulnerable, because of narrow political agendas. I therefore want to appeal to our President not to be influenced by people who are hateful more than they love their people. The politics of hatred will not help our country. Hatred does not build, it destroys. Hatred does not unite, it divides and hinders progress and prosperity. Political agendas of every kind have brought anxiety and much suffering in many parts of the world, including in this beautiful city of Cape Town. The ACDP calls on government to be humble and ask for help from people with a proven track record, people who live in a desert and yet have no water shortages. Mr. President, we welcome your commitment to reinforce ethical behavior and ethical leadership. We urge you to pursue truth, righteousness, and justice for all, irrespective of race, social, economic status, or party affiliation. And as you do, the ACDP, together with millions of South Africans, will also say, "Send me." With the Almighty God at our helm, we will work together towards creating a beautiful and prosperous South Africa for all. We commit our help, our contribution, and the Lord bless you as you do your best to make sure that South Africa becomes a winning country. Thank you. God bless.